On today's video, we'll take a look at the sealed booster box market. Let's see how those products are doing financially. It's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel and you're somehow finding me out there in the peanut butter and jelly world that's YouTube, well, thanks a lot for checking out my content today. I really hope you enjoy it. And remember, the best thing you can do for a channel like this is to smash that subscribe button, join in the fun, and help us get to that 5,000 subscribers. It's free to do. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just click that button and away we go. We are talking about sealed booster boxes. We are talking about how they have been doing with all the new products that Wizards has been sending our way. For all the things they've been pushing down the line the last couple of years here, we have to be honest and take a look at some of the older products to see how they're doing. Are they holding up? Are they advancing? Are they gaining value? That's what we're here to talk about. So our first box we're going to take a look today is going to be Ixalan. Rivals is next. Ixalan. So in Ixalan's case, came out September 2017. It sold well at the release. Then it kind of died off and nobody cared. But it's been creeping up that kind of 5% that a lot of the sealed boxes do. Now, of course, it has those flip card treasure cards and stuff that was kind of cool in the set. I remember the idea of like the whole pirates and stuff and dinosaurs and all that craziness. It's a fun set, guys, okay? It was a good set to look at, and people look fondly on this set with nostalgia. So I can see it continuing to climb to well over the $200 mark in the next year or two. Again, booster boxes that are sealed, they follow a totally different track than, say, reserve list cards or modern or EDH staples. Because every time somebody cracks one, there's just one less in the world, okay? Every time. When you open a reserve list card, that reserve list card still sits in that shelf. People know it's reserve list, they don't trash it. But every time a booster box is opened from an older set, there's just one less, okay? It's kind of like that war of attrition. Every time there's one less, the ones that are left go up a little bit in price. Now, our next card, of course, is going to be Rivals of Xalan. Now, this one, I remember it about the same as Xalan, but a lot of my friends say, no, it was so much better, bro. So I look at this one now and I go, okay, so it's gained a little bit more than the original Xalan. At $159.95 is your average price, guys. It came out January of 2018. I didn't hit the pre-release for this. I looked back and I checked and I said, nope, I didn't go to this one. I must have been busy, so I missed going to it. But I remember buying a couple of boxes. I have a few. And I'm going, yeah, you know what? I can see this one continue to rise. Again, this one's going to take that 5-6% kind of annual return and kind of slowly build and build. So I'm curious to see how this one will end up about 2 years from now. It is on my track sheet. We'll see how it goes. It will take a while to check it out. So those are just kind of like some standard ones. Now, when we get into some funky ones, okay, like Aether Revolt, I remember having a blast at the pre-release, okay? January 2017. You can find them still as cheap as $215. Now, compared to Kaladesh, this is a steal. Okay, this is, as far as I'm concerned, slightly underpriced considering this product's already 4 years old and newer boxes go for about $160 with tax, and you can find some of these without tax on places like eBay. Just look for the right seller who doesn't own a store, and you probably won't even pay any actual sales tax at this point. $215, very reasonably priced. Great idea. Just look for the shippings to make sure somebody's not trying to finagle extra cash in there, and you will be fine. I myself have bought the odd box or two. I think I actually paid more than this at the time. So this is a good price, good grab-in point, and such a fun set. Now, our next one we're going to talk about, I think this is interesting. Kaladesh has had a crazy year in 2020. This box just shot through the roof. Now, just like Aether Revolt, these sets came out, they were bang, they were boom, they were like, yeah, this is awesome. The inventions in this are some of the most magnificent art they've done in decades. It's beautiful. At $549.95, the cheapest box I could find Canadian priced. It's an average, of course. In English, all these boxes I'm showing you today are in English. I looked at that and said, again, 5 years ago. And this one's really jumped up because of that lottery card option, and it didn't get as many print runs as you think it did, okay? And people really cracked these to get the invention. So when the taps turned off on the print runs, people were still opening the product, which means there's a lot less out there than people realized, especially in Kaladesh. And I'm not sure how it goes with Aether Revolt, but that's why I think Aether Revolt may be underpriced at this point, especially when you compare it against Kaladesh, right? Kaladesh is going to see a continued climb, but very slow now because it peaked so quickly. It's going to see a slower gain. Now, cons. We opened some of this at the 4K. I remember going to the pre-release back in 2014. This product is now 7 years old. September 2014 it was released. Now, of course, it's the last standard set to have fetch lands in it, which is amazing. Right here on the channel, we opened what? 2? When we did the 4K subscriber, those boxes can have as many as 6. I myself have opened 6. I actually heard of 7 once, but I only have myself opened 6 in my time. At $280 a box, it is very underpriced at this point. Enjoy it while you can. $280 when you just saw Aether Revolt going for that much more. And the age of it, I get it. I get what people are thinking. And there was a lot of this open, so I'll be curious to see in the next 5 years how this box turns out, because it has not gained like I thought it would. I thought it'd be a $500 box by now. It's just over half of that in 7 years. So I don't think people either care about it anymore, or they just didn't think it was that good of a set other than the fetch lands, and they're leaving it to rot. Okay, so poor cons. You just haven't gained the notoriety we thought you would. All right, now Dragons of Tarkir. Now again, this was only $180 right now. It was $99 a box when it came out. It's about $180 now. Had nothing cool in it. That's why, like, I mean, it was a fun set to play. I liked all the dragons and stuff and all the dragon lords. I had a great time. And in 2015, the pre-release and a few of the drafts I did, it was a blast. But I look back again, I go, yeah, there's nothing that drives you in like today's flashy craziness, right? This is before all that. Now, it still had a much higher print run than a lot of sets did. But again, because it wasn't like grabbing right after the release date, you know, I myself only bought like 2 boxes back then. Nothing grabbed me. I got the singles I needed. I called it a day. So I look back and go, that's why. Because they had nothing cool, and it was just kind of a fun set, people have left it. This could be a sleeper hit in the years to come. But as far as I know, people aren't really opening a lot of this set from what I found out. So it's kind of sitting on store shelves, if they have any at all. All right. Fate Reforged. First set with Ugin in it. Amazing. The pre-release, they gave us these little packs, and that's where the Ugin promo came from, the full art promo of him standing there. Amazing. I picked up a couple right there at that pre-release for like $50. It was awesome. Now, $200 a box, still very reasonable considering you get 2 to 3 fetch lands every box. No chance for foils though, but 2 to 3 fetch lands in a box is amazing to get. Came out January of 2015. The last set in this block, which by the way, guys, back then blocks were sets of 3. Then they switched it to like blocks of 2, like in Kaladesh and in Aether Revolt, and then they kind of just went to set by set. A lot of us used to like the 3 sets. It kind of told a story as things went along. This was the last of those ones I was like, I love this set. And then I kind of took a break, I'll be honest. When you look at a box like that for $200 that's already 6 years old, come on, it's a grab. If you can find one, it's a grab. It's the first set with Ugin. It's going to have a certain nostalgia factor for people. It's going to have a certain value as the years go by. But you're still talking 5-6 years from now to see if this box can actually gain. Now, our next box is going to be Shadows over Innistrad. I did not play this pre-release. I wasn't there. I was a lot of puzz in there, wasn't it? I wasn't here for this. At this point, after Fate Reforged, I was kind of deflated. I was kind of tapped out. I didn't hit the pre-releases. Work was taking a real upturn, and I just had to chill out and say, nope, I'm taking a break. So I didn't dive into this set. Now, you can still find it for $220 Canadian, which is pretty good. It came out in 2016, so it's 5 years old. And again, when you compare how much they've jacked up booster boxes, when booster boxes now are a minimum of Canadian, $139.99, and you see them going for like $160 with tax, you're talking it's only gained $10 a year. It's like a little less than 5% gain, right? Guys, it's a grab. It's a grab. This was a good set and low print run. This and Eldridge were not really well... people didn't engage it as much, right? They played it. I remember my friends went, I went to the one pre-release and that was it. Did you buy any boxes? No, And then a whole list of people I know didn't buy any. It just wasn't grabbing people. So it has a lower print run than a lot of the other sets. That doesn't really tell right now, but over time it will. Now, all right. Eldridge Moon. This was epic. I didn't go to the pre-release, but my friends said they had a blast. Seeing some of the cards come out and some of the coolness makes me want to go back to Innistrad and stuff. Very cool. Very good set. 5 years ago, July 2016, this came out. These boxes are $350, okay? Because again, it had a lower print run. It wasn't doing well compared to other sets, so it really dropped, and they just didn't print as much. So this box will continue to grow if you can find it at that price. And the last one I want to talk about today is going to be War of the Spark, okay? War of the Spark was 124, 129.99 Canadian. It's 179.95 now. Came out May of 2019. It's only 2 years old. It's already seen quite an appreciation compared to how boxes normally go for sealed product. Okay, War of the Spark had an epic story. You know, Nicobolas gets trapped. Things are all right. All kinds of planeswalkers trapped by the second sun, which is like what from Ixalan, right? It was a very nice rounded story. Okay, the Dread Horde comes. We've just had Hours of Devastation. You had Amonkhet and stuff go by. Awesome story. Awesome boxes. These boxes were cracked a lot. Okay, Planeswalkers in every pack and stuff. This is what killed off the specialness of Planeswalkers being like a $30, $40 card release. They just don't hold water like they used to. But at 179, it's already gone up. It's probably going to keep going. It's going to be like a Dominaria thing. Now, I didn't put Dominaria on the block today. It needs to take a break, okay? It's continued to rise a little bit, but it's nothing crazy, guys. And as far as the Commander decks go, a lot of Commander decks from like 2018 to 2020, they're all available at my local stores and stuff. I looked around, they're everywhere. They haven't really changed in price as far as I'm concerned from what their retail selling points are for. So I didn't really mention Commander in this one, but I'm going to be tracking it and we'll be following up on Commander products as they come along to see how we do, okay? Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. This was MTG Moxman. The market's stable in the sealed area. It's nothing to fear. Nice, slow, steady increments, except for a few products like Kaladesh that jumped up pretty crazily. Now, I know what you're thinking, guys. The end of the video here. Everything's calm. We're chilling out. Nothing there is moving great. All the other stuff has been FOMO craziness. So if you've made it this far in the video, the booster box prices aren't going to change that much. You have nothing to fear at this point. Nothing's been crazy, okay? I tracked everything. Nice, slow, medium sales on certain products. Few people pick up the odd stuff. Christmas time was big for a lot of the stores that moved out a lot of Throne of Eldraine stuff. I didn't even cover that right now because it's too new of a product. It's going to take years to catch up, okay? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is MTG Mox, man. Looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, man. It's going to be awesome. We are going to rock and roll. See you soon. Hey, guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. You guys are amazing. Looking forward to seeing you each and every day. Darren, you're rocking, man. I know you're just like totally awesome. And you know what? Fizzy Gig, don't worry. Galavan, you're there, man. Merely Pawn, I'll see you guys soon. Rock on! I know you're still here. You're the precious few. You're the specials. Because I know most people just like bail. They just bail. I already did it for you. 925 to go till cake. I gotta start prepping up already. Because this is gonna be epic. Can't believe it. Gonna get to that 5. Gonna meet that goal. Guys, I hope to have that goal by August. That's the goal. The goal is to have the goal met by August. A goal on top of a goal. Why not? We're totally gonna get there. And they're almost like done changing pipes in the basement. It's really crazy. Something happened to the furnace now. Ridiculous. They touched something. I know they did. See you soon.